Orpheus, a musical prodigy and son of Apollo, travels to the underworld to save his dead wife Eurydice from Hades. Pluto, the king of the underworld, and Persephone, his dubiously consensual wife, agree to give Eurydice back to him as long as he makes it out of the underworld without looking back at her. Eurydice was dead, and Orpheus, who made music like no one before him or after, grieved for her. He traveled through the kingdom of the dead to look for her. The gods were kind to him. He could bring Eurydice back to earth, but there was only one condition. Orpheus was not to look upon his beloved until they were back out of Hades. It seemed like a simple condition. It was not. This is one of the greatest stories in the Greek mythology. It has inspired painters, poets, and composers for centuries. It is a love story tense with the greatest suspense of all. This is Greece in the time of the ancient gods. Orpheus sits on a stone, his famous lyres in his hands, but he makes no music with it. Several nymphs stand in short distance away from him talking.
I have never seen Orpheus so sad.
He makes no music at all.
He has not played since Eurydice died. They were so happy together.
For so short a time. And they were so much in love with each other.
Let's try to comfort him.
How can we comfort him when he's so deep in mourning?
We can try. Orpheus, why do you sit by yourself so sadly?
Orpheus, play for us on your magic lyre. He doesn't hear us and he doesn't see us.
Orpheus, we mourn with you.
We mourn your loss, Orpheus.
We all loved her, Orpheus. We all loved Eurydice.
Eurydice? It's used, but
Yes, but Eurydice was beautiful, Orpheus, but she's gone.
People die, Orpheus. It is the way of the world.
she was so young. Loved her so much.
Those we love die too, Orpheus. Sorrow dies too with time. Play your lyre, Orpheus. It will help you forget.
I don't want to forget. I want to remember. The gods were cruel to take me.
Which gods, Orpheus? A snake killed your Eurydice. Have you spoken with the gods? Have you pleaded with Zeus? Mourning will not bring her back.
No. No, I won't. I haven't spoken with the gods, but I'll plead with them. They'll help me. They must.
This will be kind of us.
Perhaps we'll hear Orpheus's lyre again.
And the wild beasts will lie down, tamed under the spell of his lyre, and the waters and the quick rivers will be still again, and the mountains will move to hear him.
There was never music like his. Do you think they will give Eurydice back to him? She is deep in Hades now. Pluto and Persephone. With Pluto and Persephone, I don't know of anyone who has returned from Hades. Still, if the gods wish it, she will return.
May the gods wish it.
Will the gods give the girl back to him? Zeus listened patiently as Orpheus pleaded with him.
She ran from Aristaeus, and he followed her.
Eurydice was beautiful. She was very beautiful.
She was my wife. We loved each other.
That is the way it should be with husbands and wives, isn't it?
That's the way it was. Father Zeus, she was taken from me.
A snake bit her and killed her.
She wouldn't have not have stepped on that snake if Aristaeus hadn't chased her. And Aristaeus is the son of your son, Apollo.
Now you're finding fault with my son, with me.
Well, bro, it's cool. You don't want to forgive me. I'm a little distraught. I've been out of my mind with grief since Eurydice was born.
Ah, Orpheus, you're a young man. Make music. Get yourself another wife.
I don't want to make music. I want no other wife. I want Eurydice.
And why do you come to me? I can't give you Eurydice back. She is with Pluto and Persephone. Why don't you go to them?
I have permission to go to Hades
If you like.
and return to Earth again.
Ah, that's the question.
Yeah, and if Pluto and Persephone give her back to me, can I take her back with me?
That's quite a request, Orpheus.
I beg of you, Father, please. I too am the son of your son Apollo. Give me this one chance to bring my wife back to your bed.
Do you think Charon will roll you across the river, underworld, to Hades?
Yeah, maybe we go way back. He'll row me across.
And the dog Cerberus, the dog with 3 terrible heads, do you think he will let you enter Hades?
Grant me your permission to enter, Father Zeus. I will take care of this.
This is the mighty love you have, Orpheus. Go, you have my permission. Bring back your wife.
Excited and happy, Orpheus sought out Sharon on the banks of the river Styx.
Row me across, Sharon.
But you're still among the living.
No, without my Eurydice, I am among the dead. Row me across.
This is quite irregular, Sharon.
Sharon.
Orpheus.
My father Zeus has given me permission to go. Are you going to refuse, Father of the Gods?
Well, now, that's different. Why didn't you tell me that in the first place? Wait a minute. How about Sybaris? I can row you across the river, but Sybaris is a dog. He isn't going to pay much attention to what Zeus wants or doesn't want.
Leave that to me, Sharon. Just row across.
What about the fates? They're likely to whip you to death before you even get to Uranus.
Row! Sharon, row.
Sharon rowed Orpheus across the river Styx to Hades. Sybaris was the gate, snarling, but Orpheus made music on his lyre. And the dog lied down and let Orpheus pass. Orpheus made more music, and the fates put down their whips and watched as Orpheus moved on to Pluto and Persephone.
What has brought you to Hades?
I've come for Eurydice. I've come to bring her back with me.
Oh, is that all? You've just come to take Eurydice? And what makes you think I'm going to give her to you? Or do you think you're strong enough to take her away by force?
Pluto, you are a god, and I am not. I'm not foolish enough. I come to plead for Eurydice. I come to ask you to give her back to me.
That's a bit better, my young man. I like soft words from a mortal. But why should I give her back to you?
Because I love her, Pluto. Because she loves me.
Love. That's scarcely a reason. Everyone loves, and everyone, eventually, comes down here. I think you've made a long and dangerous journey for nothing, young man.
But no one has loved so much as I, Pluto, and no one as much as Eurydice. I plead with you, Persephone. You know the meaning of love. Help me if you would love anyone who loves and loses a loved one. I beg of you, speak to him on my behalf.
He has a quick tongue, this young Orpheus.
And a sweet one. I favor his cause, my husband.
But so many lovers have come here, Persephone.
None like Orpheus.
Suppose all men who had lost their wives came to me with this kind of request. Why, there'd be chaos down here in Hades.
Give Eurydice back to Orpheus,
Please, Pluto!
please.
Very well, very well. I'll give her back to you, but
No buts, Pluto.
one condition. I insist on it.
You want Eurydice to return to 6 months of the year the way I do?
No, nothing like that.
Speak, Pluto. Whatever condition you make, I humbly accept, and I accept with gratitude.
Your tongue pleads for Eurydice, Orpheus. How about your eyes? Can your eyes plead for her as well?
They have what for her?
They will weep again if you cannot keep your eyes away from her until you are out of my kingdom. I shall put it simply. You will leave. Eurydice will follow you, but you are not to look back at her. You are not to look at her until you return to Earth. If you look at her before that, just once, she comes back to me forever.
I understand. I'm grateful to you, Pluto, and to you, Persephone, for pleading my cause. I've not been so happy since I lost my Eurydice. Send her to follow me. I go.
Orpheus began the journey to return to the journey to Earth, shouting the name of Eurydice joyously, as he hurried faster and faster. But then Orpheus grew less happy. He himself could not look back, and Eurydice's spirit could not speak with him. As Orpheus hastened along, a strange doubt began to haunt him. He could hear steps behind him, but were the steps Eurydice's? Was Pluto playing a cruel joke?
Eurydice. Eurydice. I must not look back. But are you there? Are you there, Eurydice? You do not answer. You cannot answer. Ah, Eurydice. You must be Eurydice. No one else would follow me so lightly. I love you, Eurydice. I could do nothing, Eurydice. When they took you, I could neither eat nor sleep. When they took you, they took my spirit, Eurydice. But what if you are not my wife? What if Pluto has made a cruel joke of my suffering? I can't wait to look at your beautiful face and your luscious red hair. There's light ahead. We are nearing the end of our journey, Eurydice. Soon you will be mine again. Are you really Eurydice? Or as you... Some bit of foolery is practicing on me. Eurydice! Eurydice! Eurydice!
But Eurydice has gone, vanished. Orpheus had died. He had looked at her just once before they left the kingdom of the dead, and Eurydice was gone. Orpheus could call her forever, but Eurydice, his beloved, would never return again.